This pattern is called the Dark Snipe and it's numbered 10 within Pritt's book. It's more commonly known now as a Snipe Purple, and it uses a reasonably dark shade of purple thread. Now this is a very old vintage spool of Purcell's. Now strangely, what happens in regards to the Purcell silk is it starts to change colour as the generations change. So in order to try and replicate Pritt's dressing, I'm going to use the vintage shade. The hackle from the Dark Snipe, as you would expect, is a snipe's overcover, and it's one of the darker feathers. Sometimes people mistakenly dress this pattern using the lighter grey undercover, but it is in fact these dark overcovers that you require. Now to dress the fly, simply come in with your tying silk and trap it in directly behind the eye of the hook. Now using this tag end of silk, we use that as our guide to ensure that all our wraps of silk butt up nice and tightly against each other. When you come to a point opposite the hook point, now snip off that tag end of silk. Now come with your silk and take another 3 or 4 nice tight turns, working back somewhere between the point and the end of the barb. Once you're happy with the length of your fly, then come with your silk and again in tight touching turns, bring the silk back up the hook shank to a point where you're going to tie in your snipe hackle. Now take the snipe hackle and simply expose the tip of the hackle. Like so. Now, I must confess that I like to dress my dark snipes reasonably sparse. So in order to get this sparseness, what I do is I strip one side of the hackle, like so, and I strip the underside. Then, once you strip one side of the hackle, simply mount it on top of the hook with 3 or 4 nice tight turns. Trim off that waste tip of hackle, then come in with your hackle pliers and start to wrap the hackle. As we strip one side of the hackle, we take 4 nice symmetrical turns of hackle. Now trap your hackle stalk with a couple of turns of silk. Before trimming off the hackle stalk. Now we come in and take a nice 2 or 3 turn whip finish. Trim off your silk. and there you have a nice and sparse dark snipe.